We're here to introduce the Stained Glass Collection. We think you're really going to love this collection, and we just wanted to give you a few quick tips on how to customize it and really get the most out of it. I'm going to play back one of the motion loops here. You can see that it has this nice kind of subtle evolving stained glass window pattern going on. And the fun thing is that there's just so many different patterns that are generated within each of the different motions. And so we thought it'd be a good idea just to show you how to get some stills out of the motions, just because there are so many possibilities and looks that you can use in different situations. So I'm here in QuickTime, and unfortunately QuickTime doesn't allow you to export stills directly out of it, but you can still use it in conjunction with something like Photoshop. So I'm going to scrub through, find the frame that I like. I kind of like that one right there. So I'm going to copy it, just do Command-C. Then I'm going to jump into Photoshop and just paste it here. And just like that, we have a still that's ready to go. I can export it as a PNG, JPEG, whatever I need. But maybe you want to bypass QuickTime and just use Photoshop entirely. You can definitely do that, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I just need to import my video directly into Photoshop. So I'm just going to drag it into here, drop it there, hit enter to commit it. It's going to create a Video Smart object. To be able to scrub through this, I need to open up the video timeline. So I'm going to go to Window, Timeline. And now I can scrub through, find the frame that I like. And I kind of like that one right there. Then I can just export it again as a JPEG, PNG. Probably the fastest way is just to go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, give it a name, and just like that, I have a still ready to go. And you can see it's pretty easy just to create a bunch of different stills with this collection. Okay, let's jump over into ProPresenter and we'll look at how to create stills out of the motions in here. I have a show ready to go, so I'm just going to add a new slide. Drop my video into there. I'm going to fire it, and you can see it's playing back as normal, like it should. To create a still out of this, I'm going to right click, go to Media Properties, and like before, I just kind of need to scrub through and find the frame that I like. Let's try, that one's pretty cool right there. I might do Set Thumbnail just so that in here I get to see what it looks like. But I'm going to hit In, then I'm going to hit Out, and you'll see that these two numbers line up, and that's basically going to tell ProPresenter to just play that one frame. And so let's go there, and you can see it changed there, and now it's just playing back that one frame until I go to something else. The really nice thing is if I add another slide and put my video into there, I can fire this, I have my still, but then when I fire the video, it plays the video like normal. So I can do both and, which is really cool. And of course, if I want to, I can come into here, right click on Media Properties, maybe find a different looking frame. We'll do In, do Out, set the thumbnail, and then we have slide number 1, slide number 2. So in ProPresenter, it's actually pretty quick and easy to create a bunch of different stills if you want to. Another fun thing that you can do is, say you have a bunch of different lighting cues and you want to get your lighting and your motions to really just sync well together as far as colors are concerned. Let's say I have some lighting that has a lot of oranges and pinks in it, but I really like this particular motion because of the shapes, because of just the look and the style and the patterns that are generated. It's pretty easy to change the colors here in ProPresenter, so I'll add a new slide, drop my video in there. I'm going to right click on it and go to Media Properties. Then I need to come over to my Effects tab right here, and I'm going to just start messing with this hue slider. I actually kind of like those blues and pinks, but let's look for, there we got some oranges and pinks going on, which is a cool look. Maybe I want to punch up the colors a little bit, so I'll just increase the saturation somewhat. You can mess with brightness and contrast if you want to. Let's just fire that and see what we got. Yeah, so that looks really cool, and now just like that, my lighting and my motions would be pretty well synced up, and I can of course adjust as I need to. Depending on your space, depending on the modifications you make, you might find that the text doesn't sit well on top of the motions for whatever reason. In ProPresenter, you can actually fix that pretty easily. I'm going to do an image blur here, and I'll just drag this up maybe a little bit, maybe right there. I'll just fire it again, and now we got this kind of blurry snowflake thing going on, which I think is kind of cool. But your text would actually sit pretty well on top of that. You don't have to use a bunch of strokes or drop shadows if you don't want to. Maybe I'll crank this all the way up, fire it again, and now it's kind of more like a color wash or color ripple going on, which is a pretty cool look. Maybe I just want it to be a pretty subtle blur. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks really cool. So now text would sit well on top of that, but we're still keeping some of the detail in there. So lots of different options with this collection. We kind of made it with customization in mind, and so I think you're really gonna love it. Hope you love it, and yeah, go to town with it, make some fun stuff, and we will see you later.